Right everyone, Charlie sit. So we're back for part of my Gundog basic series. Now today we're going to look at timings of throwing retrieves whilst you're hunting the dog and some of the key factors around what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Right guys, so in this video we're going to talk about handling retrieves. Now what you won't see an awful lot of me doing, there's some of my early Charlie's vlogs and some of Billy's vlogs, more Charlie's though, where I'm going to be hunting the dog, letting the dog pick up a retrieve such as a ball. I make them spit that out and then you'll have seen me throw a marked retrieve. And the reason for that is that I don't want to ever throw a marked retrieve when I'm hunting my dog, because a lot of the time, not all dogs, but a lot of dogs, if you start getting caught wandering around with dummies, throwing them in the air, it will start to make the dog stop hunting properly. The dog will realise that there's a chance that you're going to throw a retrieve, and so then suddenly your dog stops hunting and starts dancing around looking at you to throw retrieves. And I see this a lot at novice level. It's totally understandable, because if someone doesn't pick you up on this early, it's so easy to mess this up. I don't want to go too much into about rolling retrieves and getting the dog to pick those, because I've covered that in other videos. This video is more about when you're wanting to give a dog a marked retrieve. And so one of the ways that I do, which is a very advanced way because it relies on you being able to teach your dog to pick up and let go. I've had a lot of questions about that. It's something that I don't want to get too much into because it's quite an advanced thing, and I tend to not teach it to novice people because you can really ruin a dog's retrieve if you get it wrong. But you will have seen me putting a retrieve down, the dog learning to hunt to find it. I make them spit that out, and then that's when I throw the retrieve. So the dog never gets a thrown retrieve unless it's had to hunt to find something first. And that negates the dog constantly looking at you. If you do want to throw the odd retrieve when you're hunting the dog, there's some key factors involved first. First of all, I don't stop and throw retrieves for the dog unless the dog is hunting really, really well. And that means turning sharp, hunting without hesitation, not looking for help, all those factors. If a dog is still not hunting quite right or constantly looking for help, I won't be throwing marked retrieves during hunting at that point. Don't get that mixed up with doing handling work where you're specifically just doing left, right, back, straight, sends, blinds, memories, etc. So in this case, it's me hunting the dog, and then I'm going to be looking to stop the dog and throw the retrieve. Now, that's the key point that I've just said. It's the order that we do this in that dictates whether the dog gets this right or not. And so what I mean by this, and what I'm going to try and show you in a minute with Charlie, is that I always want to be throwing the retrieve before I stop the dog, and I want to throw it in a way that doesn't allow the dog to see me throwing the retrieve. And so what I mean by that is I'm going to try and show you in a second, and that is that I'm going to be turning the dog a certain way. So I'm right-handed, so if I'm going to do this, first of all, I'm never going to let the dog see me put the retrieve underneath my armpit. So I'm not going to ever get the bag out and go, "Ooh, look, I've got the retrieve, there it is." Let's say if I want to do a stop in a moment with a retrieve, first of all, before I start, I'll turn my back on the dog, and maybe don't use a high-vis dummy to start with on this. Maybe use a rabbit skin that will go up underneath your armpit out the way. I would turn my back on the dog, get the retrieve out, put it under my armpit, and then it means that I'm not having to use my hands. I know where the retrieve is. I'm looking to hunt the dog, and when the dog is coming from right to left, and then it comes back across, as it's running out away from me, I'm going to reach my hand onto the dummy. I'm going to throw the retrieve out to my left, because that's the natural angle to throw when you're right-handed. And what I'm looking to do, you won't see this dummy go up in the air, I'm looking to throw that dummy, and as the dummy is in the air, I'm looking to stop my dog. So when the dog spins round, it's not seeing me throw the retrieve. If you get your timing right, the dog will spin round and already see the dummy in the air. And the reason why I don't want to, and the reason why I want to throw it at a certain angle and stop the dog in a certain place is, as that dog naturally turns to spin and face me on the stop, it will also see the retrieve in the air. So the dog's coming from right to left, back across, and as it's running out from me away, hand under the retrieve, I throw it in the air, and then I hit the stop whistle. If you do it too early, the dog might see you do it, and then the dog will start messing around and dancing around. Some dogs just hunt like hell and don't care whether you're holding a retrieve. Maybe 5–10% of dogs, in which case you don't have to worry about it too much. But typically, a lot of dogs, especially springers, they catch on to you doing this, and before you know it, your dog's not hunting and just looking for you to throw a retrieve. So that's what I'm going to try and show you in a minute. Easier said than done when you've got the camera on it and trying to make it all happen, but it's something I do an awful lot, but it is all about timing. And you've got to get that fluid motion happening first. As the dog comes to the right, out, throw, hit the stop whistle, dog spins around, sees the dummy in the air, then you can send the dog for the retrieve. But as I said, the main thing is getting the timing right and not doing too much of this, and maybe making sure that the dog has a retrieve in and amongst this. Right, I'm going to get Charlie now, and we're going to try and make it happen for you. Right, so we're going to have a go now. I'm going to be looking to hunt him. I'm going to be looking to get the retrieve under my armpit first. When he's out my far right, I'm going to try and get that retrieve in the air and then stop him whilst the retrieve's still in the air. He has a mark, and then I can send him for it. So first of all, I'm going to put the retrieve under my armpit by turning my back on him. Sit. Wait. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Sit, heel, here, sit. Right, so I'm gonna try and put the retriever now while I'm hunting him. So I'm gonna look to get him out on my right hand side. As he's going away, throw the retrieve out to the left, stop him, and then send him for it. So we're going to put the retrieve hopefully without him seeing. He already knows what I'm doing, which is why I don't really do this anymore, because I'm more doing actual training with him out with the gun now, but to show you guys so you can see. So retrieve's under my armpit. Wait. Good boy, well done. Good boy. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Good boy, dead. So we'll try and do that again. Hunt him for a bit longer this time. Good lad, good lad. Where's he gone? Right. Probably going to be off camera that. Good boy, well done. Good boy, dead. Right, we'll do that one more time. This is what I'm saying, because I'm trying to make this so contrived. Normally I wouldn't be throwing this until he's hunting really, really confidently, but trying to get this on camera, this is the best way that I can do it. But even he knows very, very quickly what the game is, and he'll stop hunting so well. So, you know, even within a few seconds of doing this, you can see how it can go wrong. But he is hunting okay. But as I said, I would do this normally when I feel that the dog isn't looking for help. Of course, normally that would be going down a wood, letting the dog settle down. But as I said, can't get that on camera. So we'll try and go again. Ready? Good lad. Wait. See, I'm stepping out the way there so that he's got a clean line of sight straight onto the retrieve. Good boy, well done. Good boy, well done, dead. Okay, good boy, heel. Good boy, Charlie, sit. So anyway, that was me trying to show you how it works. As I said, even with quite experienced dogs, they can catch on to this very, very quickly. But as I said, the main thing to take from this is trying to get the timings right. I always want to throw the retrieve before I stop the dog. If you stop the dog and then you throw the retrieves, that's all well and good. They'll get a good mark on it, but they can very quickly then start dancing around. So be sporadic with it and try and choose your timing correctly. So always try and catch the dog as it's going away to your right if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, you want to do it the other way. But if you're right-handed, as the dog's going away to your right, throw, stop, and then send. But don't do too much of this. Quickest way to ruin your dog. And if you can let the dog have some fines in between, even better. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video as part of my Gundog Basics series. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Any questions, put them in the description below. Happy training, guys. Come on, Charlie.